Our featured speaker is founder of the Advanced Nerve and Laser Center, the #1 international best-selling author of The Modern Guide to Peripheral Neuropathy, and has been seen on national and local TV shows from Dallas to Chicago and beyond. Please welcome one of America's foremost experts on the topic of eliminating pain from neuropathy, Dr. Bao Tai.
Death. It really scares me. I remember when I was scared by death. It was about 6 years ago. I love my grandmother. She was an amazing, vibrant, and loving woman. But then all of a sudden, she wasn't. All of a sudden, my family and I, we were flying down to Houston 6 weekends in a row to visit her. And every single time we saw her, she just kept getting worse and worse until she was gone. And I remember all of us standing at the funeral parlor. I'm looking down at her body in the coffin and thinking to myself, how is this the same person? So different just 7 weeks ago. Her skin was wrapped so tight around the bones of her face. She was so small and frail. This wasn't my grandmother. And I remember when they closed the coffin and they pushed it into the cremation machine. I couldn't believe it, but the funeral director actually got up and said, "I'm sorry, but can I have somebody come up and push the button to start the furnace?" Horrified. And then my Uncle Hugh, he stepped up and he pushed it. And then the sounds of the furnace started heating up, just filled the room. I felt that heat just bursting through the door. And the sounds of everyone crying just got louder and louder. And then she was gone forever. And ever since then, I've had a very different relationship with death. My next real brush with death came with my daughter Lily being stillborn. My wife was rushed into the hospital and then the operating room. She had to have an emergency C-section while my baby girl was only 6 months old in her womb. I couldn't believe it. And I remember I was standing next to the surgeon as he cut open her abdomen, pulled in, and took out my baby. And I remember him saying at the time, "She's alive." But then he rushed her to the table right next to us and started doing CPR. And with one finger on her chest, he started pumping her heart. And the nurse right next to him had the tiniest breathing bag over her face. Lily was dying. I had never witnessed anything like that in my life. And the next thing I know, we were burying her. And ever since then, I've been so afraid of my own mortality. The thought of never being alive again has continued to haunt me. But what I never realized was the healing I needed was actually right in front of me. I'm a doctor in Texas, have a very successful practice. I developed a process that will help your body repair and regenerate a condition known as neuropathy, or in layman's terms, nerve damage. And so now I have these patients that come in, especially the older ones, and they have unrelenting pain. And they've been to doctor after doctor, they've taken medication after medication, they've had surgery after surgery, only to find themselves worse than they were. And no one can help them except for me. And when I work with these patients, though, it's like therapy for me. It is therapeutic for me to help them. Because I know for however long they have, 10 years, 5 years, 6 months, that I can help them with their pain, that can give them a better life. And for me, that's what it's been about. Unfortunately, neuropathy is an epidemic. The fact that it can be caused from diabetes, chemotherapy, surgery, medications, viruses, heart-related conditions just makes it so dangerous. And that's why I work with all types of people, from kids to young adults, middle-aged adults, athletes, celebrities, and they all have neuropathy. But for me, the real juice, it's actually with the senior citizens, that they have tried everything and nothing has worked until they found me, and I can help make it work for them. I can help their pain, and I can help them with their quality of life. And helping them spend time with their loved ones has made me realize that I will continue to live forever in the memories of my patients because I was able to give them a quality of life.
Dr. Bowtie, fantastic. Great job. Congratulations.